Aloha everybody and welcome to part 2 of Mega Man ZX. In the last part we accepted a mission to find our friend Giro, who was chased off by Mavericks, and it's taken us to Area B, this second little tutorial kind of level. So this is a Nintendo DS game, and some people may be wondering what's happening on the bottom screen while we're fighting off all these robots. Well, there it is. Mega System. Just this little icon on the bottom. That's pretty much it. Until we get some new biometals anyway, because once we get new biometals, there's going to be some little features that show up down there that we'll talk about when we get to them. But for the most part, everything happens on the top screen. Even when you go to the options menu to reconfigure the controls, or to, just look at like the map and stuff, everything happens on the top screen. In many ways, this looks like it could have been done on the Game Boy Advance, but I'm sure the DS cartridges have way more space for those anime cutscenes and whatnot, and, Mega Man's gotta be with the times. It had to be on the Nintendo DS in the year 2006. So why not roll with it? In this room, this leads to another area I'll be coming to later, but as X, I can't really shoot the switch that opens the door, because I guess for some reason Mega Man can't aim his Mega Buster up to the ceiling. I don't know why. Doesn't occur. But some people have been asking what's going to be happening in the future of this playthrough, and look guys, I don't want there to be spoilers. If there's a secret boss, I might show it off. If there's a certain stipulation about the boss fights, I'll show it off. If there's a little extra subquest that gets me an extra body upgrade that'll help, maybe I'll show it off. You never know. Don't assume I don't know anything about this game, guys. I've played this game to death. I know the insides and outs, and I've been playing the hell out of it. Give me the benefit of the doubt. Will I show off that one little thing? Yes, I will. Just enjoy the playthrough. You'll see it. That thing I just picked up was a data disk, and here's another transfer room. If we look in the bottom right corner, Area C is over there, but we haven't finished finding Giro, so we're going to go back and stick around in Area B, since the mission description told us that everything is in Area B. And the data disks that I picked up, they're very much like the Mega Man Zero series, except they don't have like upgrades or little secret things that'll increase the abilities of your characters or anything. They're just like bios and stuff you can find to read up on in like a computer room or whatever, but they're all over the place, and those are not things I'm going to be going out of my way to get. If I have to backtrack in order to get a data disk, I'm not going to do that. That's the one thing I probably won't be showing off too much, but when it comes to sub-tanks, life-ups, secret bosses, etc., don't worry, we'll be seeing those stuff in the future. Anyway, we have a second boss, ladies and gentlemen. This one is actually a lot easier than the snake boss. Basically, he drops 3 crates, one of which is different from the other 2, and the other 2 will shoot lasers after they land, and these lasers will start bouncing along the ground to try and hit you, or they'll head straight ahead. And all you have to do is hit the one with the big red eye. You shoot the crate with a big red eye, and boom, it just blows up, goes flying towards the ship, and it's really stupid easy. You just have to charge up your shot, and as soon as the eye turns red, you got it. A way to steal my kill, not Zero. Is this the power of biometal? It looks like you came in contact with the biometal too. Boss! When the Mavericks had me cornered, the biometal suddenly started to shine. The next moment, I was fighting them off in that form. I knew we were hauling something important, but I had no idea of the power that was hidden in that package. Huh? How do you know about the biometal? Well, I heard about it when I got the request. They told me to keep it quiet because it would be too risky to let anyone know what was inside. Oh, I see. At least we know the 2 biometal fragments are safe now. I'm gonna use the transserver to go back to Guardian HQ. I'll be waiting. Don't take too long. It sounds like you've managed to meet up with Giro. That's a relief. Oh, be sure to go to the transserver in the back room and select a mission report. Then send confirmation to HQ that the mission has been completed. So here's one of the most annoying things about this game. When you finish a mission, this beeper won't shut the fuck up. It's in the top left corner. It's the big G, right? And it just keeps beeping and beeping and beeping, and there's no way to turn it off until you get to the mission room and activate mission report, and that's ridiculous. ZX Advent luckily fixes this problem in the sequel game, but if I went to the right, I would have gone to Area D, and there's no transserver for a while. That's why I'm backtracking to this room, so I can activate the mission report here, because the right pathway takes me to an area I don't need to go, so that's why I'm here. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we have to do one more mission before we can go to Guardian HQ, and that is to pass the test. And here we have to go to Area C and find some specific people, some specific Guardians, so that we can, you know, gain clearance. Hold on. It looks like Slither Incorporated Securities Force is starting to patrol the area. Patrols? They've never done that before. Slither Inc. must have already heard about the Maverick attack. If you stay transformed, they might think you're in league with the Mavericks and attack you on sight. But, anywho, here we're going to see that we can actually morph back into our human form. So you push the Y button and you can go back to human. There's nothing you can really do in human form. You can't attack, you don't have a gun, you can't climb walls. The only thing you can really do is crawl, and that's how you get under small ledges. It would have been better to slide, like classic Mega Man, but unfortunately, Vent and Ale are just not that capable. So in Area C, in order to have like full-on conversations with all the townspeople, you have to be in human form, because whenever you're in biometal form, they're afraid and they think you're like some renegade dangerous fuck who's going to kill them, you know? So, just be in human form and you can get into conversations, and there's lots of sub-quests, side quests that you can do, and I'm not going to be doing the majority of them. I'm going to do the ones that involve getting like chip upgrades and stuff, but when it comes to side quests that only get you like 200 energy crystals or stuff, I'm probably going to be skipping those. You know, some of them are just pretty not interesting, and the thing I don't like about Mega Man ZX is that you're only allowed to do one mission at a time. So like, when you get a mission from a person in town, you then have to run to the transserver room in order to activate that mission, and then you have to go back to the whole situation. Like, the situation could literally be resolved right where you found the person. And then once you solve the problem, then you have to go back to the transserver room to report that you finished the mission. And you can only accept one mission at a time, so there's a lot of backtracking to the transserver room over and over and over again, and it's just kind of a dumb way to do side quests, which again, ZX Advent solved the problem of in the sequel game, but, you know, this game ain't perfect, I will say that. It's still not like one of my top 5 Mega Man games ever, although I do like ZX quite a bit, but, anyway, this mission's pretty simple. All we're doing is we're walking around Area C, and as long as you're in human form, there are no enemies here. Even if you're running around as the biometal, there's like some patrols that will like attack you if you get close to them, but they aren't all over the city. Like, the game kind of warns you that maybe you should be in human form, otherwise the Slither forces will attack you, but it's not like they just pop out and just start wailing on you from anywhere. They're only in specific places, and you kind of, even if you are in biometal form, it's not like instant fail or that, oh no, you've screwed up your mission. You're just going to have people attacking you, and you can shoot them back and destroy them and just move on with your life. You know, it's not really a big deal, so. But, earlier I said this was a spiritual successor to the Mega Man Zero series. I kind of phrased that wrong. I meant it's actually a direct sequel to the Zero series. This does take place, I think, 200 or so years after the Zero series, and ever since Zero took out Dr. Weil, there has been nothing but peace and prosperity, and, oh god, Metools, ah! I'm so glad the Metools are still here. All those generations, people are still using them, and now they got, like, stun batons and everything. But as you can see, now that I'm a human, the Metools aren't going to try and kill me, because they think I'm just a normal guy. Whatever. This is I think the third of 4 Guardian members that I have to find. The Guardian members are essentially like the... not the Resistance members, but they're the people who take out the Mavericks. I guess the Maverick hunters of this era. But it's a more peaceful era than the Mega Man X generation, so things are all hunky-dory. And look at that car over there. It looks awfully familiar. For those who are unaware, there is a PlayStation game known as Mega Man Battle and Chase. It's actually part of the Mega Man X collection on PlayStation 2 and GameCube. And I believe Europe got Battle and Chase, but North America didn't. But that thing I'm standing on is basically Proto Man's car from Mega Man Battle and Chase. So apparently someone saved Proto Man's car. I don't know how or why. But that's the thing I kind of love about the ZX series, though. It has so many references to not just X or Zero, but it also has references to like some Battle Network and classic stuff as well. Oh, and I know some people were like, oh, Clement, Vent and Ale aren't the first human playable characters. You forgot about Lan from Battle Network. Oh, I guess if you want to count Lan. He's not the one defeating all the robots. He's just the guy walking up to fucking microwaves and stuff and saying, hey, Mega Man, do this. But whatever. So using the crawl feature, we can get in here, and this is Thon, the last of the 4 Guardians that we need to find. Again, it's a really simple mission. It's just basically an introduction to the world of ZX. You know, it's showing you where all the humans live, how to talk to them, just showing you that there's nice peace and prosperity, and the world is a very nice futuristic cityscape with a nice little flower building in the middle. Slither Inc. main building, actually. The soundtrack of this game is fantastic. If I were to rate the soundtracks of Mega Man 0 through to ZX Advent, ZX is definitely the best in the series. It has by far the most memorable soundtrack of the Game Boy Advance DS titles, so I love that. Here we have an arcade, and if we get a whole bunch of energy crystals, as well as unlock a few more mini-games by doing certain tasks, we have lots of mini-games here to play, so there's actually a lot of cool side stuff you can do, aside from just taking on Mavericks and finding sub-tanks and life-ups and whatnot. So this is a living, breathing world, you know? This is definitely like, hey, Mega Man fans, this is a world you can inhabit and talk to people, and they all have things to say and side quests for you to do, so you can get energy crystals and whatnot. And we got a stuffed animal. A stuffed animal? This is my certification? You better take care of that. It's one of Prairie's most prized possessions. Anyway, that concludes your trial. There's a transerver in the room behind me. Don't forget to file a mission report. Yeah, I hear the beeping. So we finished this mission, and now we just report, and the mission is done. Which means we can finally move on with the plot. Mission accomplished. Well done. You have permission to travel to HQ. Use the transerver to get here. However, they add red transervers throughout this game, and red transervers don't have a transport feature. This is a bad placement, guys. You should have put a yellow one here so I could just instantly get to the Guardian base. So now I have to backtrack throughout the entire city all over again, just so I can go back to the yellow transerver and then warp to the Guardian base. Again, I just don't think there should be save points only kind of transervers. They should all be transporters that take you places, but Again, I think some of the design of Mega Man ZX is a little off. I think some of the decisions made with this game are not perfect. I think that the actual levels and the boss fights themselves are perfectly fine. Once you get into those, everything's hunky-dory. But I think, again, the way the hub world and the overworld Metroidvania aspects are, especially when it comes to missions and transervers and how you're constantly having to file mission reports and stuff, I think that stuff is all handled pretty clumsily. And it's not the highlight of Mega Man ZX. You know, I would prefer a traditional classic Mega Man 0 style thing where you pick a mission and then you just go there and then boom, the end. But, you know, that's just me. Anyway, guys, we will be visiting the Guardian base, and then we'll be introduced to a very familiar level in Part 3. See you then.